Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Sak here, and today we're gonna be streaming some Top Survivor rank. How you guys doing? Hope you guys having a good weekend so far. Is this mic supposed to be unmuted? I guess I left it on. Hi, Chai. Finally made it to a stream after months. Welcome, J Bear. Welcome. First time in a while. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for coming. Alright, so as you guys can see, rank is still not up yet, though. We got 15 minutes until rank starts, so we'll play a couple warm-up matches and then start playing rank. And yeah, we'll see who's sending me a message. This dude's a spider. Hi, Seki, what's up? What's up, HVEVEV? Did you change your name? Same profile, but different name, kind of, I think, from the last stream. Oh no, not this again. Oh no. Okay. Kepko cyclical cascade marks the first ascent upon the stairs. Beyond the gate of 4 steps awaits. Okay. Oh no, I already forgot both of those. Oh shoot. Okay, at least they made it easy. Okay. Shoot, what was it? XVY? It's okay. XVY, that's all you need. XVY. Was it XVY? I think it was XVY. Okay, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, A, J, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. It's this one. Okay. Really, the first one, the first correct letter. As long as the other ones don't have T, whichever the first one that's T with is the correct one. Jeez, this is a long one. We got a long one today. Long story. Oh my god, I thought it would be over. Okay. Oh, that's because it was the last one. Okay. So they're like putting some closure, I guess. Okay, I hope the sound isn't too loud. I think it's okay. Where's the Andrew gameplay? Gravekeeper, you mean? I don't know. If I want to play him, we'll play him. I think they changed the UI on this not on Discord. On YouTube, it looks a little bit different. Streaming Top Survivor rank. Featuring myself. guys want to join our Discord, we have a Discord server in the description below, where you guys can get announcement for streams if you ever forget that there's a stream going on. You can have Nightmare Survivors? Alright. Hi, welcome Oka. Welcome to the stream, Oka. Okay, I went the wrong way. Dude, how do you make it so there's no survivors? What the heck? Why are there survivors in this game? Do I have to be in normal mode? No. Number of survivor about 0. What's going on here? I don't get it. Can't even play the game. I missed the Fair Lady stream. What was the verdict? Is she any good? I don't think she's that good, honestly, Oscar. Stealing energy from ciphers, I don't think is that good. Even though I'm pretty sure it does speed up the overall decode, I think it becomes problematic, especially with like low tier survivors who don't know when that's okay to do. There could be a cipher like 85% that we desperately need done because maybe a hunter's playing to chase someone there. Or maybe chair someone there. And then someone steals the cipher progress. Now we can't pop the cipher, and now we're going to have to let go of that cipher. You think it's because hunter bots are at 0? Okay. Hunter about 0 it is. And your gameplay? No one's playing Gravekeeper. Psyche, which survivor is best for rescuing? That's Mercenary. Without a doubt. Hunter spawned either there at Forest or over there at Gate. In either case, we'll just stay at Factory. I mean, Factory is kind of a cheap place to kite, though. I wish it was a little bit harder to tell you which survivor is the best rescuer, but it's really not. It's really not. Mercenary's been the best for literal years. I think the AI does know to vault back. Does the AI not know that it can vault backwards? I don't know if the AI knows this. Maybe the AI doesn't know. Confined space should run out. Maybe he'll go back to the window though. Nope, he's not. No, that must be new AI, because I don't remember the AI going around the window like that. It always takes the window right there. Okay, he's got a tentacle again. Alright. See, normally you would go for the window directly, yes, but I want to have this wall blocking his vision so that he can't easily... So that I don't have the ball selected. I don't have the right ball. So that I don't know if we'll still survive here, honestly. And again, I think against a real player we would not survive here, just because a real player would do a charged attack right there. Oh god. A real player also wouldn't know how to do that though. That's really dumb. There's nothing new about that though. I already knew about that. Not a whole lot you can do about that if that happens. You just have to assume it's going to happen with this Boff Feaster. Because it is possible to do that. It is possible to do that as a real player, yes, but it's basically impossible for all practical purposes. Oh. That's so annoying. Okay. Doesn't even go for it. Doesn't even go for it. We still have this one pallet here. But these balls really suck in this area. I almost wonder if a real player would even be able to turn his camera around right there. He's just going to use a second tentacle here. No, he's not? Okay. Maybe he was on cooldown? I just don't want to risk it, honestly. Like, we could probably make that vault without using the ball. I don't want to risk it, though. Like, we have too many abilities already. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem, because now this window's not going to unlock. Now we have to use these pallets. That was actually a good move from the bot. Ugh. Okay, we even hit him with the ball. That was really good. Really good. Probably not worth doing that in a real match. Ugh. Oh my god. I guess if you have that pallet drop, it's more worth doing that. Maybe it is worth doing that. If they swing at you, I think it's especially worth it. I think it would just be safer to use the ball directly towards the window, though, without doing that trick. I mean, it's honestly alright, too, though. That was fine. Bolas? I thought it started with a P. I thought it was a different word that started with a P. That was ball in Spanish. I already forgot it, though. It's been a while. Oh, boy. At least it's a really good Survivor map, but it's not really worth learning. I mean, I got all day. I got infinite time. I know all the maps already. I don't really mind playing a new map. It's actually fun. I've always wondered, how can we use this window? This window kind of sucks. Right there. I wish it had more purpose. Oh god. The bot knows about going around? I think in a real kite you would take the horse here. You would not even try kiting normally. You would just take the horse. The hunter can't do anything about it. The hunter can't use abilities to hit you off the horse. The horse is completely unfair. I guess if this map were to ever release in rank, hunters would just immediately start going to the other side. Like right here. This feaster kind of took an unnecessary circle around the map. He could have just gone straight across, knowing where the horse is going to lead me off. But I need to check. Can this riders just get off the horse anytime they want? If they can get off the horse... Seriously? How does he see that tentacle? How did he see that tentacle to be able to use it? You can't use tentacles if you don't see them. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh shoot, this wall is way longer than I remember. We might die here. Oh crap. It's not in range. Okay, he's got blink here. We're just dead. He used the blink anyway. Okay. Interesting. Where is that pallet that I dropped? I can't find that pallet. Where is that pallet? Oh no. I hate this side of the map. The green bushes always confuse me. Oh, I'm so confused where I am right now. I thought I knew where I was. I don't know where I am. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Okay, it's gotta be here. Where is that pallet that I dropped? Okay, it's over here. It was literally right behind me. Oh my god. Is this even worth taking? Is that gonna kill me? Okay, well it didn't kill me that time because he swung, but... I don't know. I don't even know if that was gonna... Wow, okay. Whatever, we'll take it. Okay, it doesn't seem like he knows about just dropping down there instead of taking the window. Where's that? Where is he placing these tentacles? Oh god, I forgot you can go around there. Oh no, but we have this window, so it's perfectly fine. Now he has to break the pallet. Okay, a real player should break the pallet here because what was the point of vaulting that when I'm just anyway going to... Shoot, we should still have this really good pallet up that I saved. What was the point of vaulting that when you anyway have to break the pallet afterwards? Okay. Really just holding the ball there just in case. I don't know if this covers. I feel like the bot is stupid enough to walk back in it, but... where was that window? Oh no, the window was over there, right? It's the useless window anyway, though. This pallet area sucks. Okay, he wasted a tentacle. Normally in this kind of situation, you'd be kind of screwed because the hunter would just go around that pallet and you wouldn't be able to go around it with him. You'd just kind of be cornered. We have all our boosts. Seriously? Oh. No, he still hit me. I'm pretty sure if we jumped on the hill there, the hill would have blocked me. Anything with heights, when you try to jump on it with the acrobat ball, it just kind of stops you midair. Rank is open? Okay. Alright, we'll play rank now. Honestly, the bot feaster is better than actual feasters, because it is possible. Again, it is possible to put a tentacle perfectly to fully block the pallet, but I don't know how you would do it. Oh, I remember the word now. Is it pelota? I think it's pelota. But yeah, the bot feaster might be the best bot out there because of that that one trick. It really forces you to actually play against this hunter as if it was like a real feaster. Because the problem with the AI feaster is that he'll kind of put his tentacles, like he'll put him in front of you, but I don't know. He sometimes the bot feaster is really good, sometimes he's really bad. Like the bot feaster knows when you're circling the tentacle, so he won't use it. That's really good AI. I'm impressed that the devs did that. That they taught the feaster that when you're circling the tentacle, that it has a blind spot, so he won't use it on purpose. But sometimes it makes him not use it at all, though, and he just immediately breaks a pallet. Like I think on our factory happened there. I dropped the pallet, the feaster tentacle teleported on my side of the pallet. Which I don't even know if that happens in a real match. I don't think it does. And I don't know, man. It's really confusing. Where are we playing? Composer? I think we'll play Composer. Yeah, the worst part is the Geisha one. She's kind of clunky with the butterfly. There's a lot of times with the Geisha. I mean, I don't know this because I haven't tried it out enough. This happens a lot to players. They'll throw the butterfly and the butterfly goes behind a tree and then it stops your dash. I don't know if that happens with the Geisha one. I don't know what about the Geisha player. I think the Blood Queen is also really good. I wish they changed the AI a little bit more because there's too many times where the AI gets confused by a wall and she doesn't really know what to do. There's also other times where, and this one, because yeah, you can get confused by a wall. Like the Blood Queen will take weird routes around the walls, go around the long side and just let you completely avoid the mirror because she's taking the wrong route around the wall. Like she's thinking more about the wall instead of thinking about how to go around the wall while still keeping the Blood Queen mirror near the survivor. That's something a good Blood Queen does, and the bot doesn't really think about that. There's another issue with the Blood Queen bot. It's that she just uses the mirror immediately when she has it. And that is true that is true to a certain point, that with Blood Queen she is kind of free to just use it whenever she wants, but a good Blood Queen players, they know that if they just use their Blood Queen mirror whenever they want, then sometimes there's going to be times where like a wall behind them is blocking them from moving. And so the mirror is kind of completely wasted because they don't have anywhere to move. They make a mirror, survivor runs away, you try to follow them, there's a wall blocking your way. And like I said, sometimes you can walk around it, other times you can't. And that'll happen to the Blood Queen bot. She'll use the mirror, she'll realize there's nowhere to move, and she'll just immediately switch. And that's really bad. Because a real Blood Queen would just not use the mirror there. Instead, your kite looks a lot longer than it actually would have been against a real player. Still though, I still think it's good practice because the times the Blood Queen does land the mirror correctly, you still need to know how to use your ability. So you shouldn't really look too much on the total kite time, more so how many well-placed mirrors you avoided. Like a bad placed mirror, I probably wouldn't count that with the bot. Okay, so there should be a cipher right over here. Gravekeeper says follow me, but I really don't want to go as a decoder anywhere near that rocket chair. Plus that his cipher is really close to the chair. He can finish it himself. After he does the rescue, he'll just walk back up to the cipher. Is he not going to get it before half? Seriously? He got really unlucky. Wait, Acrobat win instead of the Gravekeeper? I just realized. Ooh. Okay. But that really sucks. He just got unlucky with the swing, honestly. That's Nightwatch for you. That's all the fast swing hunters. They just have that chance of doing that, which is really annoying. We might have to. No, it's too far away from the map. We're too far behind on ciphers too, on top of that. He'll just rescue the Acrobat here on his own. He doesn't even need me. He would have needed me had the Gravekeeper gotten hit, though. That's why I was worried there. Because if the Gravekeeper gets hit there, he goes in his shovel, tries to go for the rescue, the Nightwatch will just follow him and hit him out of shovel right as he tries coming out. Before he can make the rescue. And yes, he does have tide, so I guess he would live. Teleport here, and there's not a whole lot we can do. Full presence Nightwatch. He's probably stacking up all sorts of wind and dashes. Okay, he chose to go after the Gravekeeper though. Alright, he's breaking a pallet. I didn't get to see the speed of that pallet breaking. That Gravekeeper didn't get to finish his middle cipher. So it turns out that it wasn't Gravekeeper doing God Corner, he was actually doing middle. And it was Acrobat cipher that we need to finish now. So far the only ciphers done were my ciphers. So those 2 out of 5 ciphers, those have both been mine. That means Acrobat and Gravekeeper ciphers are still not done. So I'm working on Gravekeepers right now. We're gonna go to Acrobat next. I don't know why this Acrobat is not pinging. Okay, there we go. Now he finally pinged. Probably the first time this game, honestly. Okay, so now that we know he's got his cipher covered, we're gonna go ahead and start another cipher. This Gravekeeper is doing a good job blasting, though. I'll give him that. So we decode 29.8% plus 20% faster plus 10%. So we decode almost 60% faster right now. Really good. Did this cipher already have some progress, or did we just decode it that fast? I think it already had some progress. I don't think we actually decoded that fast, right? Okay. So the warp doesn't do a whole lot. It's basically like a teleport in the situation. Okay, he missed his... Yeah, I don't know if we can live here, though. I don't know if our ability beats his. Wow, I can't believe that counted as a hit. Okay, that really hurts. That really hurts. Okay, we'll get a free rescue here, though. You'd think his attack would have finished by then, but no, it did not. I probably wouldn't even switch here anymore. I would not go through that warp. I would just continue chasing the Composer. Why? The rescue happened so long ago. You're probably not going to immediately start chasing him, and Composer's right here. He's just going to immediately start going back on the cipher. Especially with like a good hit like that he got on me. He had a good start there. Okay, we need to go do the cipher. Not the cipher, the gate, because this Acrobat does it slower. Hopefully he'll pop it. I hope I didn't leave it too soon. Okay. It might still have been too late, though. I'm not sure. He did already use the warp. Okay, we got it. We got it tight. Hold up. Get to 120. There we go. If you leave before that full animation ends, you don't actually get the points. And it is important to get extra points, because if you get more points, more deduction than your survivor teammates, then you actually get more points when the match ends. So like right here, I think we got +3 for that, since we are second highest. Yeah, so survivor deduction ranking 2. That means we were the second highest out of our survivors. It does not count the hunter. It only looks at survivors. So right here, you guys can see right here, the Antiquarian got 3,117 points. So she only gets +1. The highest went to Gravekeeper. He gets +4 because he got the higher deduction out of all of us. He doesn't need to get it higher than the hunters. It's cool if you do, but you don't need to. He just needs to get it higher than us and he'll get the +4. I did the second best according to the game. I got the second highest points, so I got +3. And if you can do little stuff, like let's say you use your ability and you get +50 points for that, just go ahead and do that. Every point might matter. Like I know Magician leaves behind 100. I think it's 100. It's Magical Escape. Perfume uses 50 just for using it. The Composer ability just gives you 120. Yeah, that Gravekeeper saved the match. Yeah, he definitely saved the match. He did a really good kite there. Yeah, the Terra Shocking, I'm okay with Terra Shocking on kites, but I don't think Terra Shocking on chairs should be a thing, because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we have some hunters who attack so slowly, and they're never going to get a Terra Shock because they just have an unfair disadvantage over something like Naiad or Nightwatch. And so not only is it an unfair disadvantage for the survivor, for the hunter who attacks slower, but it's an unfair disadvantage for the survivors when they go against a fast swinging hunter. And it's really frustrating that there's nothing as a survivor player you can do besides just hoping that they swing. Now you can touch the chair and try to bait them, but at the end of the day, how do you know that they just won't swing the exact same time you chose to start touching the chair? I can't tell you guys the amount of times I touched a chair. There wasn't even an animation, they just swung at the same time. At that point, you cannot tell me the hunter reacted, because there was no animation. It's just unlucky. And truth be told, that is what happens most times. If you didn't touch the chair for like more than 50% or more than 40%, there's no way human reflexes can react to that. I think if you are a bot, if you are a AI, it's very easy in an AI to code, oh, when chair is touched, initiate a swing. But the thing is, if the bots were written like that, then what would happen is that every survivor would just touch the chair, just for the tiniest bit. They just touch it, they just press the hand button without even an animation happening. Like they'll hold their joystick and then press the hand icon. So it looks like they didn't touch it, but they did touch it. And according to the bot, they follow the code of, oh, chair was touched, I'm now going to swing. Technically, no hunter swings instantly. If you were to do that, you wouldn't get Terra Shocked. But if that was a human player wouldn't even know you touched the chair, though. Because you may have pressed the button, but you immediately got off of it. Their reflexes were not fast enough to even process that you touched the chair. By the time that a hunter will see that you touched the chair, they're trying to hope that by the time they press the button and swing, they hope that you don't get off in that time period. And so there's always that luck period involved. Never been a big fan of it. Again, something like Block Queen Photographer, you can physically see them swinging. It's not really that much of an issue. Wow, we have another, what's it called? Acrobat player. Okay. Usually I don't see a lot of acrobats. This might be the same acrobat from last game. Let's see where he wants to spawn. I will give him the choice of spawning where he wants. I'll give Prospector as well the choice of where he wants to spawn. I don't really care where to spawn. I can take 4th stop. I can take 1st stop. I can take 2-story. It's really like I'm gonna let them kite where they're most comfortable. Now, if I was the acrobat, I probably would have stayed for 4th stop, because I think 4th stop is gonna be the strongest kiting area for Moonlit. Just because if the strategy with tossing balls doesn't work as well to jump, you still have amazing pallets on that side of the map. You have windows, so you can get those window boosts in. You have tent, which is really nice. Compared to 1st stop, not only does 1st stop not have as good of pallets, but it also has the roller coaster. So if you choose, ooh, that's really bad. It's a clown. So if you choose not to use the roller coaster and you just go around it and then you try to ball around the other side, the hunter can actually use the roller coaster to like take a shortcut on the other side. So that's like it's not gonna cost you your kite, but you're gonna lose a lot of value is the problem when you do something like that. Same with Patient. Like you go around one side of the roller coaster and then you hook across to the other. Hunter can like take the roller coaster right in the middle to kind of speed up their progress. To change their target, we're in a lot of trouble. Let's just play it safe. Okay, blink is not up. Mercenary might be messed up here, though. I didn't have time to ping for him. That was the soonest I could do it. Yeah, that's really bad. Now it sucks. Now it sucks because if I ever want to vault something, I don't know if he's going to blink or not to try to get the hit. So sometimes I might choose not to vault on purpose and hoping that he blinks, expecting to terror shock me. But if he doesn't go for that, then we're just going to immediately be dead. At the very least, I might be able to like hook away and stall it until he gets his next dash back. That's the thing. It's like how to stay sane when you're on a losing streak. It's really tough. If you really need to, you can take a break, and it'll clear your mind a lot better. Sometimes though, these games are not going to be your fault. There's going to be a lot of times when you're a Survivor player, and these games are not going to be your fault. You're just going to have like a rescuer who gets terror shock. Maybe a rescuer didn't know they had a rescue in the first place. Maybe a kiter just made an early mistake. You know, these things will not always be your fault. My best advice is try to think about what happened in the match. What could have been done better? And when you tell yourself what could have been done better, you have to then ask yourself, was it something that you could have done better? If it was like you did a back kite and you know that the issue was the kite, and then you kited, then the issue was the kite, and that the issue was you needed to just kite better. Think about what you could have done in the kite. Think about what didn't work in the kite, what did work, what caused you to take a hit in that brief moment. Was it a hunter ability? Was it like a pallet that you could have chose that was near you, but maybe you just chose the wrong pallet? Maybe every pallet would have led to the wrong situation, so maybe you should have just picked a completely different area to go to. Just wrong area entirely. You know, you have to think about this stuff. Maybe you went Enchantress and the hunter went Blood Queen, and there's no way to dodge the mirrors. It doesn't matter what powder window you use. You know, it's a lot of things. We have a base rescue. I really wouldn't recommend doing this. Okay, so he gets the rescue off. He fails the flywheel, unfortunately. Maybe the hunter baited him. I don't really know what happened there. The good news is we still have a Prospector. Prospector could... I'm just going to run here. I'm not going to worry about the hit. Okay. Like, if he starts wasting his time hitting me, that's perfectly okay. Because now the Mercenary is going to get up very soon. Hopefully he'll get up. Okay, that's really annoying. We also can't really do another Cypher Machine, though. If we do another Cypher Machine, then this Mercenary will probably not last. Let's see. He's got an infinite rocket, I'm guessing. Okay, that was huge. Okay, that rocket is on a 6-second cooldown now, though. Okay. I have to be really careful here. Prospector's not really near the Mercenary, unfortunately. Now the Hunter can just go around. Maybe he can still make it, though, because there's no chairs on this side of the map. So that's really nice. Okay, he needs to get the dash out, or at least stun him or do something. Okay, maybe Mercenary can pick himself up. I'm pretty sure the Mercenary got hit by a modified drill, so he's probably not going to get up for a while. Okay, I don't know why he keeps putting on these modified drills. You know what? I think it's because he knows that this person... I thought he would go around there. That's so annoying. It's always like a guessing game in that kind of situation. Okay, that's perfectly fine, though. That's perfectly fine. I was really hoping Mercenary would help the Cypher. I don't know why he ran away once the teleport happened. That was not necessary to do. Okay, hopefully he'll come back. Please come back, Mercenary. Now's not the time. He's doing the wrong Cypher entirely. He should be prepping for a rescue here, doing something. He's wasting his time on that Cypher. Why is he doing a new Cypher Machine? I mean, you're just going to have games like this. We're not going to be able to do anything about that. You just need the person to be smart, and they're not smart here. You know what happens now? Now this clown has time to pick me up, because he knows no one's rescuing, and this Mercenary's not in the right place at the right time. Now he can freely... Okay, please don't have an infinite rocket. Whew. I was just hoping he doesn't have an infinite rocket, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't actually know. I think we're going to be okay here. He's going to have to leave me here, because if he stays on me... Oh, no, he's putting on a rocket. Okay. He also doesn't have detention. I did catch that. But in my case, it doesn't really matter. In the Prospector and Mercenary, it's going to be a big deal. I'm just really happy that Cloud made a mistake going after me right there instead of the Prospector. Because the Prospector is the one who's pressuring the save, not me. I'm at half health here. Okay, we're fine here. Mercer can heal me if he wants. Mercer can go body block outside the gate. This person's image is lit up. Okay, so they're only supposed to be highlighted when they're not being chased. If the survivor's injured and they're not being chased, then they get shown up on the map. I don't know why the game doesn't think that they're being chased right now. Hi, good luck in your matches, Seki. Thank you so much, Sam. Once again, popping in for a little bit because it's 3 AM. Good luck in rank. Thank you so much, Ivan Turin. You have a good rest of your night, though. Oh, we got a 4-man. Okay. I don't know how that happened. I think he just teleported to the wrong gate. Really close there. Honestly, not a bad kite from the Mercenary, though. That's a pretty solid kite he did early game. Like, that's a really bad situation against Clown. His character is not very good against the dash, so he needs to just rely on pallets and windows and well-timed vaults. That was really good kite from him. Just the game sense was really bad there. Like, once the Hunter teleported away from the Mercenary, there was... I know he's dead on chair, but after that, there's really no need... There's really no need to run away. I guess if he wants to play super safe, he could just be hiding on the side somewhere. And if they need him to come out and do the Cypher, go do the rescue, they could. But just running to the other side of the map and doing another Cypher machine, that doesn't do anything for us. And now it's like we're playing with 3 stars, because we have a 4th survivor who's on the other side of the map. Not really doing anything productive for us. You know, at least with me, even though I'm on the ground, he has to worry about me because eventually I will become an issue again if he doesn't deal with me because I may have a modified drill, but I'll eventually pick myself up. That Prospector is pressuring the Cypher. He's a big deal. And of course, he's got 1% on chair, so at least he has that person stopped. But again, Mercenaries across the other side of the map. We just don't have enough people in the right spots. Even if I was picked up, we wouldn't really want me to go rescue. Because it's not, you're not going to make a half health rescue against Clown. He'll dash you, it knocks you away, they'll pop the Cypher. You know, and then you'll just get hit immediately after. If they did a really good pop, you could get the Cypher. Sorry, you could get the rescue. And then someone's going to immediately get hit, so. Not really that much better. Seki, do you find it hard to kite no presence IDV? She is a little bit difficult. Just because she has those... she has that first 20 unavoidable eye effect. And then the ghost, it's really hard to dodge the ghost. You could frantically turn your camera around and hope that she mistimes it, but... you know, sometimes you'll just do it the exact same time she wanted to scare you and you'll get lucky that way. You can't really rely on it, though. That's the one thing. After that, though, once you have 60 and she scared you with the ghost one time... It is possible to avoid the ghost after that. If every time you predict where the ghost is going to be, you could be looking at a pretty good kite. But unfortunately, it is a little bit luck dependent. You don't really know where the ghost is. It's like a harder version of Dreamwitch because the Dreamwitch body, yes, you don't really know where the body is either, but it's not as important. But still, it can be annoying because if you don't know where the main body is, you don't know where the follower is going. You don't know if the Dreamwitch is on one side of the palette or the other, and so it leads to some annoying situations. And so it's very similar to that, except it might be even worse for the ghost, because the ghost is an issue. It will cause a hit if it scares you one more time after the 20 plus 40 at the start of the game. The Hunter spawned in the shape, right? Hunter went over there. Now if it's a Blood Queen, we're just messed up. Hopefully it's like Wu-Ching or something. Server machine is blocked. Okay, my bad. The Hunter actually spawned over there in that case. Or over here. Hunter spawned by cheerleader? Okay. Not gonna lie, I don't really remember where that was. Pretty sure it was at Forest. Okay, it's a night watch. I love how these people don't ping even once. Did she even ping once for us to know that she was cutting a factory? I need to get my charger. What is the most frustrating survivor to play against in your opinion? It might be Mercenary. Mercenary ruins a lot of strategies for the Hunter. There's things that you will only notice if you play Hunter. You'll notice that sometimes you'll have everyone injured and one person on chair. And so in that case, you're in a very good position. Even if they have the Cypher Prime, you're in a great position because they'll pop the Cypher when you hit them. They'll rescue you. You'll hit them immediately off the chair. You'll probably be able to hit that second person as well in a pretty short amount of time. Right? But Mercenary completely throws that out the window because now Mercenary rescues. Did he switch targets here? Like, I don't even know because this cheerleader is not even pinging anything. But no, I know now because she's stunned. Okay, we are going to rescue here. Probably Mercenary. Because the thing about Mercenary is that if you're ever in a situation where you're like attritioning down survivors, meaning that you're trying to slowly whittle down all their resources, including their health, because health is an important resource in this game to be able to do a rescue. If you don't have health, you're going to get knocked down immediately. Even if you have the Cypher Prime, it doesn't really do a whole lot. We don't actually need to rescue at critical, like she's saying here. We can actually do a rescue at before half. And she might even rebound here, if we're lucky. Because this flare gun is the one ability in the game that allows a hunter to rebound. Sorry, not a hunter. A survivor to rebound, I should say. But she needs to stay back. Back then, everyone knew to stay back. She's probably just going to run out. Not even try to go for the rebound, which, you know what? Like, that's respectable as well. But Coordinator is the only survivor in the game who can actually help a survivor rebound out of basement. They have to... She's running to the Cypher. That's our Cypher, dude. Okay, at least he's not cheering in the middle. If he cheered in the middle right here, we'd be done for. But it's still not great. Okay, if we need to, we could shoot, but she's going to need a kite towards us. Maybe if Dancer takes over my Cypher. Okay, we're going to need her to take over this Cypher. She died. It's okay. I'm here, so I'm forcing him to do something. Maybe just no, he doesn't. Does he have excitement? Okay, he's just waiting to blow him off. Oh, he even got the heal off though. That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna shoot because I don't honestly I don't know if she'll for sure live there. We just gotta make sure that she does there. The only problem is that Addiction was really good there. Addiction gets multiple stacks right there. It gets how many? It gets 1, 2, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember how much faster that is. I think that's 15% faster. On top of any other stun resistance he might have. Like Rage. He wouldn't have Desperate Fight because that was just one stun in the last 15 seconds. He needs to have a second stun. He has Warp? Okay, I thought so. I couldn't remember if that was the last game. There was a Night Watch where we had Warp. I couldn't remember if he used it this game though, so he did. Okay. Which means he probably won't have Trump card here. Honestly, I almost wish that Novels had not saved that cheerleader and started healing her again, because had he picked her up, that would have been an instant rescue on the spot. He would have had to use resources just to catch her again. Then we can get a much better pop because he's going to have to use his wind charges just to catch her again. Or what we could do is that she just goes to a better kiting area away from the gate, like maybe middle or shed. And that the flare gun will give her time that way to actually move before we pop. But instead we pop there because the novice still kept healing. You know, it's still fine, but The one issue is that it was near the gate, which caused the dancer to be in a lot of trouble there. Thankfully, the dancer rebounded somehow. Maybe, sorry, not rebounded, but kept the kite going somehow. So that was like the one thing. Had that been anywhere else on the map, had it been at like deep sandbags where we did that flare gun play, like after they pop and then we shoot, that's still fine because she's not near any gates. So she has a good area. And it's not near any gate, so she doesn't have to worry about really going anywhere. As opposed to that area we shot in right there, it's pretty close to a gate. He could switch to that gate at any point without much warning. So had that novelist not have healed her, we would just shoot right there. We would have saved immediately. If we shoot fast enough, she won't even have that dumb animation where she has to struggle out. She'll just immediately be free. She can immediately start running. Preferably she'd go like shed or middle or something like that. And then she's going to go down. And then we pop. And then she's going to be away from everyone. So even if she goes down, we'll have that dancer immediately doing that front gate cipher. That way it's not really a liability to run to that gate. Because that's the thing. I didn't really want to go for the front gate because if he switches on her, we just put all our eggs in one basket. And then we would, if even one of us dies within the next 60 seconds, we will not have time to do the other gate. Because we have to spend like 30 seconds walking across the map, and then like 20 seconds just opening the gate. So, you really needed a 60-second kite there if we were to put all our eggs in one basket. But thankfully, okay, he wants to switch. That's fine with me. I probably should have spawned at the moon gate though. I really don't like Shed spawn. I like it much better to transition into Shack. I don't think Shed is that great to start at because everything around Shack is really hard to use. If you have to waste your time seeing if the hunter is chasing you and you stay at Shack and then you see that they're near you, at that point, it's probably too far away to reach any other kiting areas. So compared to transitioning, if you're transitioning, you have this nice, like either the hunter's really far or if the hunter's really close. If the hunter's really close, the window is very good. If the hunter's really far, you could just leave Shack entirely. But there's like, when you spawn at Shed, there's like this annoying middle ground where you can't really leave Shack. But you can't really stay at Shack. Like, not all the resources at Shack are going to be that good anymore. Because if you try to use the window when the hunter, like, is in the middle, is, like, in a mid-distance, by the time they finish breaking it, then you vault, then that's a little bit... That's not so good. Because they're pretty far away from you. They can easily just go around the window. So in some situations in this game, it's really important to know when is having too much distance a bad thing. And Shed is a really great situation of that because part of Shed's problem is that it's just shaped weirdly. It's shaped in a direction where it points to neither like kiting area directly. Like it points to 3 pallet at Moongate, and then this side of Shed points to Christmas tree area over here, but they're both really far away from Shed. Had the Shed been flipped around on its side and maybe the window was pointing to Christmas tree, you'd always take the window. You'd get a window boost to Christmas tree. You'd actually be able to make it occasionally. Because of the way the window's oriented though, you get the window boost in a direction that's not really helpful to you. Why would you ever want to kite middle? The window points to middle. It's really bad. So what are you going to do with your window boost? You're going to go like sideways. Or like left or right directly. But the thing is, if the hunter sees you doing that, they're just going to ignore the window and walk around Shed. And you lose a lot of value from that window you just vaulted because they just didn't have to vault it. They just went around it, and you lost a lot of value out of that window. It's really just because Leo's memory. That's just Leo's memory problem. Imagine if Shed on Arms Factory was turned around so that the window's facing the corner. Could you imagine how bad that would be? The whole point of the window at Shack on Arms Factory is that it points to middle, which leads to more good pallets. If you flipped Shack and you pointed the window in the other direction, Shack would be a really bad place to kite because you wouldn't have anywhere else to go. Like, yeah, you'd have that good pallet to start. Where are you going to go after that, though? That window's not really helpful because that window's pointing in the corner of the map with bad resources, an area that's going to kill you. So that's like one example. That's a great example, honestly. Just imagine if Shed was positioned differently on Arms Factory, how much worse that would be. And that's the problem Leo's memory has. Leo's memory just has a window in a pointless direction you never want to go in. And so I really don't like cutting Shack. I really think Shack is overrated. Can I play with you? Can I play with you? Probably not. I usually only let trusted people play. People who I've like met before, played in the game before with. Usually find them in rank, or maybe we talk on Discord. It usually never happens though. Okay, unless this guy has teleport, he's not gonna go on my cipher. He's gonna camp here. If he leaves this chair, then he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Like, yeah, he'll get one free hit on me, but he's gonna need a blink if he wants another hit. Sucky, is Painter's still good? I'd say Painter's pretty solid. Definitely don't underestimate Painter. Painter is a powerhouse when you have that time to set up the painting. You essentially have 2 flare guns. Why? Well, you know, because I just said that I don't really know you. I usually meet people through rank first before I invite them. Especially, like, on stream. I'm more likely to help people, not help people, but try out people when I'm not streaming, because it's pretty embarrassing, I think, for the person who asked and for me. When we play and then the person isn't playing too well, and then I kind of have to awkwardly kick them out because I don't want to play with them anymore. Okay, Cypher is almost done here. I'm a little bit scared, yeah, that's gonna happen. Hi everyone, what's up, Isa? Welcome. Okay, maybe we can still get an escape out, because remember, the mercenary started the gate pretty early. So we might be able to open it in time. 87 meters away, though. I'm pretty sure he's actually going to stop this gate right before it opens. Okay. Nice guess, Psyche. I think it's because he was chasing the Enchantress. So I'm just going to leave. We can't really do anything anyway. Once Mercenary leaves, I can't do anything. Mercenary's the only one who could, like, body block. How's rank going? Oh, right. I never updated the score. I'm Hound with 18.9% win rate. Can I rank with you, said? Alright, let's imagine your winner was like 90%. Okay, you're still too low rank. Okay. This was Leo's memory match, right? We only played 4 matches? Okay. Well, I guess it's only 7:37. Feels like I've been here an hour. Okay, well, we haven't lost yet. In fact, I would normally think we would lose this first match. We normally would have a tough time here. But this Gravekeeper did a really good kite. He really saved the match. Yo, I've been Griffin for the entirety of the season. I rank solo. Any tips? Because I feel like I will never get out of Griffin. That's a tough one. You just have to... There's a certain thing in your control. There's only so much you can do in your control, man. You can kite well, you can rescue well, but if your teammates are not making the right choice, you know, 75% of your team is people you can't control. Choices that you can't really control, so... if I were you, I would just get a team. A team that of trusted people that you know are going to be playing well at their best. Sorry, Chang. Nothing personal. It's just... It's really awkward when that happens, so I'd rather not do it. I spent the whole season playing as Ivy and Opera in a rank, and now I kind of regret it because I feel like I can't use any other hunter. Here's the thing, though. When you play any other hunter, then you're like, well, why am I playing this hunter? Why would I play this hunter? Opera Singer is just clearly better. Shadow is just clearly better. There's really no reason to play any other hunter. That's a big issue right now with the game. There's no reason to use any other hunter. Hi Psyche, what's up Ellie? Welcome to the stream. And Salty B as well, welcome guys. You've been playing Sculptor all season? Beans, when are you not playing Sculptor? You're playing Sculptor since Sculptor came out. Okay, I really don't like this spawn. This is normally like a mercenary type of spawn or something like that. Okay, Nightwatch is not going after me though. Another Nightwatch player. Nightwatch is a pretty annoying hunter. Was good, Psyche? What's up? What's up, Pinto? I'm doing good. Came back from school today, immediately fell asleep on the couch. I look up at the time, 5 p.m. I thought there would be practice today. Was good? Not much, not much. Just tired. Started first day of school today, pretty much. Why would you use other hunters when broken hunters exist? Use them to your advantage. Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. If you play in tournaments, though, I think it'd be good to pick up other hunters because those hunters will not always be available. But in terms of rank, there's no reason to play any other hunter. The only reason you have is when it's like champion and they play both of those hunters. Sorry, they ban those hunters, I mean. Say when it's critical. Ah, screw it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm already going. I never like doing that because then he just sees 3 ciphers shaking. At least now he's forced to camp. And now he can't stop any ciphers. So I like that a lot better. The only issue is that I'm pretty sure we don't make it before half now, so that really sucks. So we ended up stalling. Feels like such a waste to use these pallets. To be completely honest, I don't think she's gonna rebound anyway. I'm definitely happy that we started going sooner though, because that meant he didn't have a good shot at hitting me. Should I even use the flare gun here? Yeah, let's just use it. She has a music box there. There is some value to be had there. It's not like she's gonna die immediately. He has to deal with her abilities first, so we get some value there. We have to do another cipher immediately. Unfortunately, there's no cipher in the immediate vicinity though, so we're gonna have to walk a little bit. Hunter used teleport. Okay, interesting. He's got teleport, which means now it's pretty safe to do this cipher. I hope someone just ends up doing my cipher. I'm a little bit worried no one will do my cipher at front gate. Hopefully someone does it. I was pinging it every 7 seconds. Hopefully Zoretta will remember. Zoretta is a pretty good player. I think this is them playing at least. Hopefully not someone else on their account. Hey Psyche, since you're playing lots of Fire Investigator, what tier do you think he is? What's up, Ollie, by the way? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Welcome. How good do I think he is? I think he's better than people honestly expect. Because he uses those balls a lot more like elbow pads rather than entomologist bees. I was saying at the start, like, I'm not a big fan of him because why would you play him when you can use entomologist bees? And that's true. If you're going to use entomologist, if you're going to use Fire Investigator like entomologist, it would just be better to play entomologist at that point. But the thing about Fire Investigator is that you don't have to play him like that. You could use him like Mercenary, where you use his balls to bounce off and use it like a lot more like elbow pads, and that's really good value too. Like, let's say I'm playing on Hospital and I'm having a hard time kiting, but Hospital's nearby, I just need to get to it somehow. Only Mercenary would really be able to, or Patient, I guess, would realistically be able to get into Hospital. Man, we are rotating this Hunter so bad right now. He's searching our shed. He's really solid. He's surprisingly good. He's surprisingly good. My only issue with him is 2 things. I feel like the ball deflates really slowly, so that if you try to set up the ball to bounce off of it, sometimes it might be too late. Sometimes you need it to inflate faster. Maybe the hunter's like right next to you and you need to block off an entrance. Then in that case, it'll also deflate too late. That happens a lot against Opera Singer because she just slips right through a lot of the time, so you end up having to do it sooner. But if you do it sooner, then... Okay, we have to watch out for teleport here. If you do it sooner, then she'll have that charge attack pretty ready. You know, she also charges quite quickly. I guess Opera Singer is not going to be great, but there's also other examples, like maybe Naiad or Blood Queen. Like Naiad, she'll return her harpoon. You want to try to set up a ball and bounce away, but she'll just hit you before then. Same with Blood Queen. She mirrors on you, try to set up a ball to bounce off. It's too late. You're already getting hit. So that happens. That happens against these kinds of hunters. There are advantages to Naiad. That's a really weird dash. I don't know why he's dashing like that. Okay, this is really sad. I don't think we would have made that. Honestly, we might have made that window. I might have made that window over there because I was thinking no way we would make this window, because if he's a Nightwatch who's smart, he'll hold his win for the suck ability, and so I really want to use this window where there's like a wall right here. You see this wall around the corner, so that way it won't be easy. But I guess I made a mistake there. I think we would have made it even if he sucked. Okay, I think he's trying to save the magnet. Hopefully they just decode. The issue is that I couldn't get very far from the cipher. Okay, he's going after me. The issue is confined space right now. Like, he could vault this and it just has confined. Okay, I'm really happy that he didn't vault it. Oh, we're so dead though. There's no pallets here anymore. We could maybe survive with these walls in the way. So these walls are keeping us alive, but just one dash will kill us because he's just fast enough to barely catch up. He doesn't even need to vault it. It is going to waste a lot of time still, though. I don't know, Prospector... Okay, Prospector's the one at the gate that's further away, so I think Lawyer should make it out here. I don't know about Prospector, though. Here's the thing, he can't really leave. I don't know why he doesn't at least go force the gate. Why is he... Yeah, now we might get a 3-man here. Oh, no, but Prospector didn't get the gate out. You see, so if he teleports away, then we just get rescued right here. I don't know why he didn't, like, at least, like... check for the Lawyer. I'm pretty sure we should make it here. Like, he'll get some wind here. He'll be able to dash 2 times, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to need more than that, and I think he had to use a good bit on me. He used a lot on me, a lot of charges on me before he killed me. Then he used the wind. I think he had to use some when he started chasing that Prospector. He just didn't have enough. He would need at least 6, which means that he needs a full bar plus some more from his wind. After your ranking with Pharaoh, do you think she's a decent survivor? I don't think so. Like, decoder-wise, does she bring more to the team than other decoders? No. In fact, I would say Prisoner might offer more. I think she's highly situational. You need multiple ciphers close together to get value out of her ability, because then what you can do is you can touch one, go touch the other one, and then siphon progress from the one you first touched. And then when you finish your cipher, you're just anyway going to go back to that cipher and then get back that 10%. So it does save a little bit of time there, but you need there to be multiple ciphers nearby for that to be worth it. It's also very rare that it's worth taking taking progress from another cipher. I really don't think it's that worth it. Just because of the fact that there's a lot of ciphers in this game that you want to prioritize popping. Like, let's say middle cipher. You guys really want middle cipher to be done, because middle cipher is a very easy cipher to get chaired on. So the sooner you get it done, the better value for you guys. So that you don't run into problems later into the game. Like, let's say you have a last cipher, and the Hunter teleports on it. People could go in any direction, but because it's in the middle, it's going to be pretty easy to drag them back in. As opposed to, like, if you do a cipher in the corner, not only do the corners, like, on, let's say, Arms Factory, they typically have pretty good areas to use. So you're more likely to live there, for example, for longer. But also, it's easier for your ciphers to do another cipher. You don't need to worry about it as much. That, like, he'll chair out middle and then he'll still be able to reach another cipher. Should we play Embalmer? Prisoner kind of fun to play? Yeah, I mean... I think it depends. Okay. I think his ability really sucks. I don't think his ability is very good. But Prisoner is helpful. There's going to be times... More often, not all the time, but more often than Pharaoh Lady's stealing progress from ciphers, which is only going to be good if Hunter likes forcing you guys to not be able to decode it. Maybe he abnormals it, so it's not really worth doing that cipher, because not only is he abnormaling it, but he's also going to stay in the area still. In that case, Pharaoh Lady can just siphon the remaining progress and put it on a new cipher. So I really like it for that. I think it's good in that situation, in that regard, but that's a situation that happens less often than I think like Prisoner. I think Prisoner is a lot more important because early game you'll have rescuer ciphers who just don't get to be finished. And that way Prisoner can finish them, and Mercenary, instead of having to walk back to a cipher or someone else having to waste time walking back to that cipher, you can save walking time and just go directly for your next cipher without even having to worry about it. So I think do you have confined space? No, you don't. Okay, she dropped a pallet ahead of time. I didn't get to see if she got a recording from that. She probably has a PAL recording. For practical purposes, let's assume she has a PAL break recording. Just so that way next time I drop a pallet, I'm going to be aware about it. I'll have my ball charged up just in case I need it. Hasn't gotten a single hit yet on the psychologist, which is really good for us. I feel like the psychologist should have gone for the window here. That would have been a really good opportunity, especially because she's in the middle of a vaulting animation. Sorry, not vaulting animation, a hay recovery animation. So then this window would kind of be for free. Compared to pallets, pallets are really not that good against Clutter because she can break them herself. She can record you picking them up or dropping them. And I guess she can also record you vaulting it, which is pretty useless because the hunter can't do that. The hunter can only break it. So at that point, it's just better to break it and then save your recording for another pallet rather than recording them vaulting the pallet when you could just break it. Okay, unfortunately, we're not going to get the cipher done. Here's what we're going to do. Hopefully, Mercenary will realize that that cipher is going to be almost done. I'll take his cipher in the meantime, and I hope he'll finish mine. He's anyway going to the area, right? It's kind of his job at that point to finish any remaining ciphers, you know, just to code. Obviously, he has to make sure he doesn't get double hit here first, so he's going to take some time to not get double hit. Maybe I'll pad away, we'll see. But hopefully he'll realize that I couldn't do that cipher anymore, and so he'll just go back. I'm hoping. Okay, Psychologist says take over the cipher for me. She's over there as well. The dungeon is here. Pretty important against Clerk, because Clerk doesn't have anything to stop you from reaching dungeons. She doesn't have any speed up. The only thing she can do is swing with detention, and that's not that good, just because it has a huge delay on it. It has that 1 second delay. Nice. Mercenary does manage to finish the cipher. I don't think it's really worth rescuing, though. Let's stick together. We don't have any way to help her rebound. She's also on probably the worst turn ever sleeping. I would not go for the rescue. This is not a good rescue. I should have just gone off of it and just accepted the miscalibration. Now we're just waiting here for 19 seconds, which is really bad. Okay, she ended it sooner. I'm guessing because she wants to use the recording on the Psychologist. Yeah, this is not a good rescue. In most situations here, Psychologist will just die pretty quickly. Considering that she probably has other recordings saved up. Mercenary's just knocked down in the meantime. At least she's lasting. Normally, Psychologist wouldn't last that long. She'd go down, she'd get chaired, Mercenary just gets picked up, and we're in a lot of trouble. But now, we might be able to... I'm hoping we can pick him up, or he can pick himself up, or something, I don't know. But yeah, this is not a great situation. Okay, he rescued, but that's not really that good. She's just gonna get hit immediately here. Or someone's gonna get hit immediately. That's not that good. Okay, read her like a book. She's not making it too hard to read her like a book, though. It's pretty obvious. Like, not only is she pretty late after a... there we go. Read her like a book again. She just immediately canceled it. I'm not sure why she's doing that. Now, you could say that she's doing it because if you... Some people don't notice. If you are recording someone, your ability is not coming back. So some people don't notice. I tried this out with Clerk just because I was curious. When you are recording someone, your next recording does not come back until you end the current recording. So if you choose to end it earlier, you're ending it so that you can start getting more back. Oh no, I'm hoping we can like. Okay, yeah. Did she just record herself swinging? What was that? Did you guys see that? I'm running away just in case she like blinks here from the side. Why are they not popping? Is the cipher not primed? No, that sucks. They anyway have to pop though. You just have to pop at this point. Because I anyway wouldn't be able to do a half health rescue. It doesn't really matter to be at a half health. That was just embarrassing. It doesn't really change anything. Um, I think the mercenary got recorded there, unfortunately. So, you know, that is just gonna happen with Clerk. You know, that's just a Clerk situation. I hope he didn't get recorded. Maybe he read her like a book or something. I don't know. He did not. Okay, now it's going to be really tough. I am playing a very good character against Acrobat. We did have 6 balls. Now we're only going to have 5 balls. Okay, we just essentially ran into her. This really sucks. Let's see if she has a recording or something. She does not. Okay, we're in a lot of trouble here. We're just going to stall out with balls. Pelotas. I'm gonna stall out with balls here. This is really bad. Whew! Okay, now we need the dungeon or something. You know what? We could also just ball our way to the gate, because once again, Clerk doesn't actually have anything to speed herself up. She could blink here, so I guess I'll go sooner. And she just surrenders! Let's go! Ooh, that was a little bit scary. Okay. A little bit scary there. Clerk is always like a situation. But that's the good news, is that if she uses all her recordings on the gate and she doesn't have anything on the chase, you could just end up kiting her like a hellumber because she doesn't have anything to stop you. Right there, she had a pallet drop animation. I don't know why she did it so early. She thought she would be able to hit me. She was not, though. You know what? Maybe she would have hit me. Maybe she would have hit me, but there's like a little thing with the firebomb. If you walk in a firebomb, it actually prevents you from swinging for like half a second. That might have saved us there. That actually might have saved us there. I didn't look back to see in time. Because obviously I'm just focused on getting a fast vault there. In the moment, I'm like, oh shoot, she just dropped it. I gotta vault it. But it's very possible that she was close enough to hit me immediately, but she stepped in the firebomb right after she did the recording. And it prevented her from attacking for half a second. That was all we needed. So, nice. There we go. Okay. Very scary there. But we are fine. Definitely would have preferred a dungeon escape there. I couldn't remember if dungeon was at middle. If dungeon was at middle, that was just the better play to go. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that would have just anyway been better. I think it's a little bit closer. Because, like, yeah, the exit gate is pretty close too, but you have to remember with the exit gate, you can't just walk through the entrance. You have to, like, walk way deeper in the exit gate before it actually counts as escaping. And that is important because I'm thinking about her recording herself to swing and then using it as a detention hit through the narrow part of the exit gate. And then we really wouldn't be able to dodge that very well, so. That's really what I was thinking about right there. Thankfully, it didn't come to that, though. She recorded me out in the open. I feel like she could have recorded herself swinging and at least given herself a chance. No, she didn't really have a chance. I think we're going to spawn here. If we spawn at Umbrella Gate, we just don't have a Cypher. We just don't have a Cypher for a long time. At least this way, we are guaranteed a Cypher. Okay, there is one more thing about Fair Lady I forgot to mention. Since her decoding is not that special, she does have one purpose, and I will give her this. She's really good at stalling the beginning of the kite. The problem is you can't really choose to use the invisibility when you want. What does that mean? That means that the only time Fair Lady is like pretty good is against Sandra. You would anyway use the ability immediately. We're talking Opera Singer and Shadow. Because Shadow, when you become invisible, the ghost actually removes off of you, I'm pretty sure. Which means that the Shadow relies on the ghost staying on the survivor so that they can get a guaranteed scare off. With Fair Lady, if you put a gravestone on the Fair Lady, she doesn't have a heartbeat, so she's not using her ability. Then when you teleport on her, with the gravestone, what's going to happen is she goes invisible because now she has a heartbeat. The ghost just goes off of her. And so that would be really good against Shadow. Against Opera Singer, you would use your ability immediately. You know, with Opera Singer, it's all about just stalling. There's no ability that counters her. You just have to stall using abilities that stall. So stuff like Gardener, Puppeteer, you know, they're not going to last you 3 Cyber Kites. Their abilities are not meant to last for 3 Cybers. Their abilities are meant more to stall. So that's the advantage of them. And so they'd be... Fair Lady, I think, is going to be great against the meta hunters. I think against the average hunter, she sucks. Just because you don't have the option of choice with those hunters. You end up using your ability early on when the hunter anyway has no ability. Like, think about Feaster, for example. Feaster starts with 0 tentacles, and yet the game is forcing you to use your invisibility when you don't need it. It would be much better had you been able to save it, wait until he has his tentacle up, then you use it, and then now you can stall for the next 16 seconds. That's how long the invisibility lasts, by the way. 16 seconds. Did I say 18? I meant 16. So that would be the way to buff her. But I have a feeling the devs purposely designed this character like this. Like, just to counter the meta hunters. They're not actually thinking about like a viable survivor in all situations. The devs have this really terrible habit of making survivors and hunters that counter the meta. So then what ends up happening is anything that's not meta ends up falling further and further and further behind. I mean, the Enchantress is at this point dead. Like, completely dead. Mind's Eye along with her. Anything that wasn't really good previously is only worsening. So we have that problem going on. It's like a power creep dynamic. You know, it's a power creep. You get stronger and stronger and stronger hunters to the point that there's no other reason to play any other hunter. That was a really weird umbrella to teleport back on the chair. He has to have like a warp here or a teleport trait. Otherwise, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. But he's not using anything. It's like, did you hear that they're going to be buffing Halberd and nerfing Upward Eye? You make me laugh whenever someone says that. Anytime anyone says that they're nerfing Opera Ivy, I can't help but just laugh. I just laugh. You already know that they're just going to nerf her movement speed by 5% like they did 3 months ago. You remember that nerf? You remember that nerf? That nerf was laughable. That was the funniest nerf I've seen in a long time. If we're just looking at a comedic perspective, applause to the devs, because that was really funny. They nerfed Opera Singer's movement speed while in the shadow when you launch. When you go into the shadow and you initially go into it. They made it from 50% to 45%. Oh my god, yeah, okay, sure. That's really going to change the meta. That's really going to cause Opera Singer to be tumbling down the power hill, yeah. For sure. So... I'm just sitting here laughing. I'm not actually thinking that they're going to nerf Opera Singer. Same thing with Shadow. I'd laugh. I'd laugh the moment they nerf her. I'd actually be genuinely surprised. I'd be like, yo, they actually did a good buff. They gave her a 2-second cooldown every time she enters a Shadow Zone. That's a pretty good nerf. I like that. But no, you already know they're not going to do that. Why would they do that? That wouldn't be very fun, now would it? So anytime I hear someone say that, I just laugh. Oh, they're nerfing Opera and Ivy. I'm so happy. You guys, you don't even know what the nerf is. Forget about it. You already know it's going to be a fat joke. I already know it's going to be a fat joke. Don't expect anything from it. Now, as for Hellember... I'm... Oh my... That might be even funnier than telling me that they're nerfing Opera and Ivy. Remember the last time they nerfed Hellember? Reduction of his Fire Spear from 3-second activation of 4.5 on chair. Oh my god. They nerfed the only good thing about it and called it a buff because they buffed his movement speed by like what? 1%? Oh my god, yeah. Oh my. Now that's gonna really do it. Oh, that's really did it now. They really solved. It's like solving world hunger. Here's a bag of rice, kid. We solved world hunger. There we go, guys. We did it, boys. We solved world hunger. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm not taking it seriously. I'm just laughing. I'm hoping that it's legit. I'm hoping that they actually buff. This rescue's not gonna work. This rescue's a waste of time. I didn't realize the Cypher was actually prime. The rescue still wouldn't really work because he would just hit me from far. That rescue's not worth it. Truly's like, oh, you're on your own. Why did you rescue me? You guys know what would have happened? He would have seen me with the peeper. He would have teleported on me. He would have hit me far from the chair. He would have fast recovery because he would become black form when he does that. He's going to hit me immediately. I'm going to go for the chair. He's going to bail me. I die right in front of the chair before I rescue. People don't have the foresight in this game, though, so I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I'm not even mad at them. How would they know? How would they know? They've been playing for 3 years. How would they know? They wouldn't know. How would they know? There's no way they would know. I don't actually know if they've been playing for 3 years. But, it actually be like that. We are better off leaving her to die, and then maybe we'll get dungeon or like a double exit gate escape that way. I'm not gonna go kill myself just to try when I know it's not gonna work. So there we go. Moving on. I hope with Hellumber they do an actual buff. The crazy part is they didn't even need to nerf Hellumber's camp. They buffed Hellumber's power breaking speed by like 0.1 second or something like that, or 0.2, I don't know. They buffed his movement speed a little bit, and then they nerfed his camp like crazy. Like that's gonna, like that little bit of chase is gonna really save him. You know the funniest part about that is that people don't actually know that Hellumber is not actually that hard to rescue from. A lot of people don't know that you can circle the Hellumber Fire Spirit like a tentacle. Just like a tentacle. It just keeps swinging at air as long as you keep circling it. I guess the devs are worried that what Hellumber's players are going to do is that they're going to sit on one side of it so that you can't circle it. And I guess in that case, that would be a pretty good strategy from the Hellumber to counter it. I still don't think that they needed to do it, though. I told you to save when critical, man. Watch the last 2 minutes of the stream. I explained why. I'm not going to explain again. How would you... And you know the best thing about it is you had the nerve to say you're on your own, and then you're coming in here acting all friendly, like, oh, I told you to save on critical, man, crying face, oh, it's okay, man. Go watch the beginning of the stream. I'm not going to explain again. Not beginning of the stream, the last 2 minutes of the stream. I explained why I'm not rescuing that. How would you appropriately nerf Opera and Ivy if you were a dev? I would make Opera Singer have at least a 1 second cooldown. I would probably make it as long as her speed up lasts. So what I would do to nerf Opera Singer, I would buff the movement speed from going into a shadow, but I would make it so that it has a cooldown. So you have to choose when you want to use it. Maybe make it like a 5 second cooldown, but give her 75% movement speed buff when she enters it. That lasts for 2 seconds. Right now it lasts for 1.5 seconds. That's what I would do with Opera Singer. I don't know what I'd do with Shadow yet. I would probably make it so that you can lose eyeball effect mid-kite. I would probably do that. Maybe like, I don't know how you do it though. I really hate the mechanic of like you have to have no heartbeat to lose it. I don't like that at all. I don't think that's a great mechanic. I don't like it. We have hunters like Wax Artist who had mechanics where you could lose your wax over time, and they decided to nerf him. I thought he was a fine hunter. They could have just left him as is. They didn't have to nerf him. They could have kept his wax like at 5 a hit. I would have been fine with that. I don't think he needed to be nerfed, just because you can lose the wax mid-kite. I feel like the simplest way to nerf Ivy is to just do what I said. Make it so it's possible to lose Ivy mid-kite somehow, some way. Right? But what I think is going to happen, what I think the devs are actually going to do, I think the devs are just going to go ahead and they're just going to keep like reducing the scare points. Like they're going to make it so like, oh, when you scare the survivor, they only get 35 instead of 40. Or something like that. Something like that where it really doesn't matter. That much, honestly. Because then the only difference that's going to make is that now the server is forced to look at you for like a few seconds. I guess that would be a pretty good nerf, but there's going to be a lot of times where as a survivor you still have to look at her just to make a choice in your kite. And so I think in that kind of situation it wouldn't make a big difference. That actually wouldn't be a bad nerf though. I'd either make the scare reduced to 35, just so that way 2 scares plus a gravestone will not kill you, will not cause a hit. Because that's 35 plus 35 plus 20, you're going to be at 90. So you're not going to die. So I think that's good. Or either that or make the eyeball effect possible to lose mid-kite. Maybe when you didn't look at her for 10 seconds, you start losing eyeball effect. Or like you didn't see a scare. I think that would be a good nerf. I don't think it would kill her. Because now it's gonna be more skillful from the Ivy. Rather than just staying within heartbeat. Now they have to be skillful and try to force you to look at her. Maybe going behind a wall and you accidentally look at her. And she was on the other side of that wall and you didn't realize it. Now you looked at her. Now the timer is reset back to 10 seconds. I would like that. I think that would be a good nerf to Ivy without killing her. And it would also require more skill from the Ivy player as well. Rather than just right now where it's like make a gravestone. You get a guaranteed 20. You're going to get a guaranteed 60 from the ghost. And then after that, the survivor basically has to dodge every single scare for the rest of the game. Because the moment they miss one is the moment they get blinked on. So... that's the problem with Ivy right now. It's really frustrating. The full presence is also a really big problem. I don't know what they would do with that. Maybe nerf it. Maybe make it also 35 or something like that. Just so a ghost scare plus a full presence plus the gravestone is not gonna instantly kill you when the kite starts. Really, we're not going for this rescue? I guess he's waiting for the ciphers to be higher up. I probably would have just rescued her. And then have the enchantress use her stacks. Because I rather, the next time she goes down, I rather the ciphers be primed. And she's still on chair. Like, I think that would be much better right there. That you rescue before half. She uses her stacks. She, like, rebounds a bit. We're going to have the ciphers primed probably by then. And then that way, there is a chance that way we'll have the cipher primed. She'll get revived by the pop. Next time she goes down, she's going to still have one more time on chair left. Instead, she's going to die immediately now. I guess because she was able to save her stacks, it doesn't matter now. Because now she should be able to live. So, it actually works out. It actually works out. But I was a little bit scared that she's anyway going to have to use her stacks. Then she's going to go down. We're going to use the pop. She's going to have nothing left. She might die like pretty quickly, and then we're not gonna have time to open the gates. But we're fine. We're fine. A little bit of a late warp. But you know it's tough. We're gonna. Honestly, I didn't have to leave there. I could have waited a bit. Yeah, the enchantress kite was pretty good. She kited pretty well. Flexers does... Oh, wait. He might actually go back through the warp. I think he did. Okay, she barely opened it. Nice. That was good. That was good. Okay. Need to update the score. It's been a while. Forgot to update it again. 1, 2, 3. I feel a little bit for that one guy who I told off. He came here like, why didn't you rest before Hab? I shouldn't feel bad. He's the one pinging you on your own. One loss. Okay. Four-man out is fire. I wish we got more out of it. We only get +1 for 4-man. It's okay. Right now, as for how the devs are gonna nerf Opera Singer and Shadow. If history says anything about the way they nerf their characters, the way they nerf them is they choose something that's irrelevant, but matters every once in a while. And so the reason that the character's still good still remains without any touch to it. Anything that made that character good and broken is not touched at all. Instead, you nerf some random thing that sometimes matters but really doesn't. Like Dream Witch. Here's a good example. Like Dream Witch. They made it for Dream Witch so that if you drop a patroller within 40 seconds of the last patroller, it gets one less bite. That's a horrible nerf. That's a horrible nerf. That's a nerf that's a slap in the face for every Survivor player. Because what's going to happen is that Dream Witch usually doesn't need more than 2 bites. She's going to hit you in the first 2 bites most times. Right? That's usually what's going to happen most times. Especially on a map like Eversleeping where you don't have pallets or windows to drop to cancel the bite, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, I didn't mean to pick that. I probably should go tie turner there. Because I'm probably not going to get chased when I just spawn middle here. Yeah, man didn't even say anything after that. Yeah, that's what made me feel a little bit bad. Because I'm expecting like some... I'm expecting him to like fight back. Like, no, you could have done this or something like that. I'm like... I was ready, and you didn't come back. So I feel a little bit bad. How to nerf Opera Singer to leave her from the game. I think Opera Singer could have a place in this game, but her ability needs to be reworked. You can't have a zero cost ability in this game. Same with Blood Queen. She needs a complete ability rework. Because right now, with the current way the ability stands of Opera Singer and Blood Queen, right now, the way it stands is that you either make it completely worthless or it's just going to stay broken. There's no other way to nerf a character who has zero cooldown, or a character that has what's it called? That character that can hit any survivor who has no counter to her ability. That's not fair for survivors who just didn't play a Blood Queen counter. Unless you make the cooldown like 40 seconds, they're gonna die. And at that point, why would you even play Blood Queen anymore? That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by saying you either rework their abilities so they're good and they're more skillful. But if you don't rework the ability, you either keep it just broken in certain situations, or just completely worthless. And that's where Blood Queen is right now. Like right now, Blood Queen is in a situation where we could sit here all day and keep nerfing her cooldown or like nerfing her movement speed or something like that. But there's a certain point where once you go past a certain limit, she just becomes bad against every survivor, and I'm not trying to make the characters useless. When I'm trying to think of nerfs and buffs for these characters, I'm trying to think of ways where they're still good, where they have a place in the game. And I'm not trying to make it so that they're completely worthless. I don't want that. I don't want characters like Photographer who just rely on luck and hoping that he finds his target in the camera world. I don't think that's a very good character to have in the game. I think it's very frustrating for the hunter. And it's also very frustrating for the survivor, because the hunter just is all about trying to get lucky, and when the hunter gets lucky, then the survivors are frustrated. There's not really like a skill component with this kind of character. Very similar to Blood Queen. The skill, there is more skill, I'll give her that, because you have to know how to hit the mirror. But once you reach a Blood Queen who knows how to hit mirrors, it's very frustrating for the Enchantress players who want to play Enchantress or Prospector, and they want to support, and they want to harass, and they just want to play a fun character in general, and they can't do that because there's a character like Blood Queen who just kills them in 2 mirrors. And if by some miracle then they miss some mirror, then they just have the blink anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. Okay, where is he? I don't see him right now. I'm a little bit scared that he's going to go in the real world and then switch into the camera world and jump scare me that way. Okay, hunter's nearby. Okay, so we have some communication on where the hunter is. There we go. Now I can safely do this. Oh, you know what? We might... I don't know. Okay, we will be able to heal up the mercenary in time, but we need to start healing him now. Otherwise, we're going to run out of time. So I'm really happy he ran to me. Oh, he's got an ability right here. Maybe he has a syringe. If he has a syringe, I don't know why he wouldn't heal himself then and then just run to someone to heal up. Yes, so there we go. We just barely healed him. We have like 5 seconds left to camera roll. 5, 4, 3, 2. It was more like 4 seconds. Okay, I need to heal him. We can't be healing me. He was just healing me because, I mean, we're not doing anything else. But he's not going to make this rescue. Unless he chooses to use every single elbow pad. Oh, that's so sad. We don't have a... I think that cheerleader should have just double pom-pom to the chair. That's what she should have done. Then it would force him to card trick back. And then she would be able to get the half-health rescue. Like, now she's going, but now it's too late. You needed to know that sooner. Now she's not going to get the rescue anyway. So, like, now she doesn't even have to go, but she's going anyway. It's like, we're going at the worst time. Like, now the mercenary's ready to go. Now you're rescuing? No, man. No, 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 no. That's not how it's done. Yeah, Mechanic going from meta to liability, she's really bad. That's the thing about Mechanic. What they did with Mechanic, great example, actually. You made a great point. So, Mechanic got nerfed so many times in the past. What did they do with Mechanic, though? That was so bad. instead of choosing to rework her ability, nerfing what makes her directly good, they kept nerfing the durability or the decode of the bot. There's a certain point where you go from broken status to unusable. There's no in-between with these kinds of characters. Mechanic is a great example of that, where there's no in-between with Mechanic unless you rework the ability. You need to rework the ability so that it does something different than what it currently is. If you keep it the same and you just keep reducing the decode and durability, you're going to be left with a Mechanic who's eventually the worst survivor in the game, but used to be the best. But then that one nerf, eventually there's a certain point where once you hit that decode threshold, where once you can't decode more than 2 ciphers with Robot, you're done for. It's either a Mechanic is broken because she can decode more than 2 ciphers, or the moment you nerf her below that, she's useless. Because that's all she was good for. If I was the devs, how would I change Mechanics? Let's think about that. I think there's a couple problems with Mechanic. First of all, we need to think about the Hunter side. Whenever you try to nerf a survivor, you need to think about your opponent. Because I don't want to buff Mechanic just for the survivor side to be good again. We need to think about why was Mechanic so good? Why was Mechanic so oppressive for the Hunters? Mechanic was an oppressive character for 2 reasons mostly. The first reason is if you find Mechanic and you start chasing her, it doesn't do you much good. Because the problem with Mechanic is that Mechanic's robot decoded so fast that she was able to finish a whole cipher. I'm really scared to walk through here because I'm worried he's like going to be right next to Christmas tree. The thing that makes Mechanic unfair for Hunters is that you would chase Mechanic. Hunter did great. Hunter did a good job. They spotted the decoder. They got him out of the game. They put him on chair. And what's happening? She's just doing a cipher for her free, as if you never chaired her. So, not only do the survivors have a very high chance of time now, but because you don't have as much time to stop the ciphers now, before they're able to pop the last cipher, it means they're also saving their resources. It means they have more resources to escape with dungeon or gate. They're actually more likely to also win the game because of Mechanic. Even though Mechanic went down fast, because she's able to pop a cipher, she almost guarantees a tie and makes the win much more likely. And all because the Hunter found Mechanic first and killed her quickly. It doesn't really matter because she was able to pop a cipher relatively fast within 60 seconds of the match start, and that's completely unfair. The other problem with Mechanic is that if you don't chase the Mechanic, her main body and her robot get way too much decode. They get way too much decode for their own good. So let's say you try to alleviate this problem, right? Let's say you don't find the Mechanic body, but you find the robot now. Let's flip it upside down, right? Instead of the body, you go after the robot. Okay, does anything change now? What changes when you do this? Because clearly, chasing the main body is not good, because you just gave them a free tie by doing it. So what if you target the specific problem, the problem that's causing you to tie this game? What happens then? Let me just focus here. 1 second. He might come back. Okay. So what happens then? What if you do the opposite and you target the robot? So obviously you don't want to leave the Mechanic, right? You don't ever want to leave the decoder. So it's either the robot or her. So what if you go after the robot? Here's what happened in the past. The robot would go down, you knock down the robot, you target the robot. Great! Now the robot is gone, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Except that's not how it works. Because back in the old days, Mechanic Robot at half energy was able to still decode 2 ciphers. Which was completely stupid. You spent all that time going after... I'm pretty sure that cipher's gonna lose progress. I would have just gone for like a kite there. I wouldn't have even tried to go for the cipher. Because if obviously she wants to pop it before the camera world ends, but we don't have time. Okay. I'm watching him closely. He's gonna go back here. There we go. Okay, the only problem now is that his cooldown is faster than his footsteps disappear, so he is technically able to card trick back in time before it's too late. So maybe we'll scare him here. We just gotta go for it. Maybe we can make it. Oh my god. We did not make it. We got stuck on an obstacle that I forgot existed. I don't know how Mercenary is taking a free hit. We are definitely not surrendering, my man. He wants to get another match in quicker, I guess. He's already been on chair. He's not going to have to wait that long. help you? Okay. We'll see. Okay, there we go. That's what I thought. There's a reason I'm not going for the chair. There's a reason. They're like baiting me to my own death. I'm telling you guys. These Survivor players. They want you to die. Okay, looks like he's having trouble finding me. Did he just... Oh my goodness, I think he got pointed backwards. I think he got pointed to the chair, so now he's going to the chair thinking that a Survivor is in that direction. But really, that was just a chair. See, that's the thing about the card trick. It's different from Feaster. With Feaster, the tentacles don't target the chair, but with Photographer, his card trick targets the chair. So, for those that don't know, when you use the card trick, it points to the closest Survivor. So for Feaster, that excludes chairs. For Photographer, it includes chairs, so... he definitely got a little bit unlucky there, because how would he know? He wasn't sure if I was going for the rescue or not, so... So if you go after the robot, then what ends up happening is that robot would just end up doing 2 Cypher machines, and that's no good. Yeah, I feel like we might have been able to rescue if we didn't get stuck on that wall. I forgot that it existed. We might have been able to. Yeah, so if you go after the bot, there's another problem going after the bot. Let's say you go after the bot, right? The biggest problem with the bot is that the bot can still decode 2 ciphers. Right now, the way Mechanic stands, she can't even do 1 cipher if you knock it down to half health. Which is a really big problem with Mechanic, because that was what made Mechanic good. That was what made Mechanic good, is that you could find the robot and you'd be able to do a cipher. There's no in between. You either can do a cipher at half energy or not. I feel like you could make it so that you can still do a cipher on with half robot, but you want to know the problem with that? If you were to do that, well, no, you could just buff the durability. You could just buff the durability, because I was worried that if you buff the decode, then we go back to the problem of sheep popping a cipher on chair. So, in either case, the robot ends up living in the end, and if you go after the main body, the robot pops a cipher. There's no escaping. So what would I do to buff Mechanic in a way where if the Hunter finds the Mechanic, it's not like still the big problem with the Mechanic. Because if you find Mechanic's body, she pops a cipher with the robot. Alright? But if you make it so that she can't do that, then that was really the only thing she was good for, because her robot is not really good for much else. But the other thing that the robot could do... I think I'll have Enchantress still on there. The other thing that the robot could do is that the robot decodes a lot of ciphers when she's alive. When the player is alive. Right? But if you go kill the robot, she can still keep doing cipher machines. Now, if you can't do more than 1 cipher machine, then the robot is also useless. So, I feel like with that, you could go in between. You could make it 1 cipher. You could make it so that she can do 1 cipher. I still don't think that's a good buff, because you know what happens? She's still useless for the remainder of the game. I would rework Mechanic Doll so that, first of all, you can't use the Mechanic Doll on the chair. Okay, so any problem with the Mechanic not being just popping a whole cipher while she's on chair, that's gone now. So now we're able to buff the robot so that when she is alive, it's not unfair for the Hunter. And we're going to explain that in a second. So if I were the devs, I would, first of all, rework the robot. Rework the robot entirely. First of all, biggest change... Make it so that she can't use the robot on chair. Now you're going to be like, Psyche, what the heck, man? That was the one thing that Mechanic was good. Now you have a decoder who can't do anything. Just like Prisoner, just like Composer. Let me explain. This is what I would do next. Next, I would make the robot go down in 1 hit. If your robot ever dies, you lose all of it. You lose all of the robot. So, if the robot gets found, you're also screwed. Now you're going to be like, Psyche, what are you doing? You're killing Mechanic. And finally, I would make it so that I would buff the decode on the robot to 30% or 25%, whichever the devs want to do, and also make her main body decode a lot. And so even when one person gets injured, she still has a decoding. Maybe we wouldn't do that. Let's not go that far. I would definitely buff the robot like crazy though on the decode. So that way, when you find the Mechanic, the robot is not being oppressive on the Hunter. You earned your job. You found the mechanic, good for you. She's not able to decode with the robot. But if the mechanic is skillful, if the mechanic skillfully rotates the hunter, if they hide with the robot and they hide with their main body, they get paid big time. Big time payment. What's the problem with mechanic right now? Right now, the problem with mechanic is that if you leave your robot out in the open like the old days, like back then, the way you played mechanic is that you would immediately drop your robot, don't care about it. Because even if the hunter finds it out in the open, like they could obviously see it across the map, they go knock it down, doesn't matter because you could still pop a cipher, 2 ciphers with that half health robot. That's dumb. That's dumb that the mechanic didn't have to skillfully hide a robot. You could just leave it out there in the open and it's fine. That's unfair. That's unfair for the hunter. Okay, so by making it die in one hit, you force the mechanic to hide the robot. Next, by making the body not be able to use the robot, you're also forced with your main body to hide. And anyway you want to hide because you don't have any good hiding abilities. So at least when you hide, you get something out of it. Right now, here's the problem with mechanic. So that was old mechanic. It completely made it unfair for the hunter because you just left the robot outside, it could still get a ton of progress. It was ridiculous. Okay, completely unfair. I think I should... No, actually, it's fine. I'm gonna definitely take a mirror hit right here on the while she's camping. And we're not gonna be able to do the rescue, but it's actually fine. It's actually fine because the cipher should be primed in time. You know, we actually might have avoided the mirror right there because of my combination of speed abilities. I got 50% from the pallet and then another 5% from the chair. That was really good. Maybe that just saved us right there. I don't even realize it. But anyway, we'll anyway be able to finish the cipher. She has to go address it. If she doesn't address it, this game's over. Okay, so she is addressing it. But she's going to trade her target. She has to make a choice here. She can't have both. Okay, so she'll mirror me. That's fine. Now we reset. There we go. They're resetting. Perfect. They're playing well. They have game sense. Very good. Very good game sense. Now, okay, Enchantress just kind of threw that all out the window because we were really hoping that it's fine if everyone else takes an injury as long as all the other people are still, like, we have at least one person who can rescue. Now, because that full health person would be able to pressure the cipher. Now we have no one who can pressure the cipher is the problem. So, I really don't even want to do the cipher anymore until Enchantress, like, pings that she's for sure getting chased. I think that's a little bit too close. She can still switch targets. Right now, if anyone dies on that cipher, we're in a lot of trouble. We just need to make sure that everyone is, like, we have at least one full health person to pressure the cipher. I don't want Entomologist to pressure her, though, because she's been on chair. You know, Hunter will gladly take someone who's been on chair and camping the cipher at the same time. At least this way, if she chases me and she starts pressuring my cipher and starts chasing me at the same time, I have never been on chair. She gets nothing out of it. She'll put me on chair. We have plenty of time. We'll definitely pop another cipher. That's just the game sense situation we're in against Blood Queen right now. We actually might take a dumb hit now because I didn't notice she was right next to me. So bad. Psyche, you gotta focus more on kiting, not on talking. It's still fine. It's still fine, but that was a really stupid hit. I'm not gonna NG out. That was a completely stupid hit. If I didn't accidentally walk into her, then we could just drop the pallet without her worrying that she's gonna hit through the pallet. But instead, we have to play that annoying pallet game. Okay. Now we're gonna go to them. We're gonna get help from them, or we'll just decode the cipher. I'm actually gonna leave because the cipher's gonna be done. Looks like she's committing on Weeping Clown. We'll just go for the gate. Yeah. So by the time they prime it, we should be decently close to the gate. Hopefully he forces out a mirror or something. You know, if he gets hit by a base gate here, I hope they don't pop. Or maybe he'll tell them it's okay to pop because then he'll just take the boost hit to go into a hospital or something, so the mirror still doesn't do anything. Okay, so hopefully he'll go hospital, so that way the mirror doesn't matter at all. It's completely worthless because she still anyway can't use the mirror. So there we go. That's a perfect game sense from our teammates. Amazing game sense so far. They've been playing on the dot. We're making it so this Blood Queen has literally no options. We're forcing her to choose. You can't have both. You can't have a half-health survivor, and you can't have the cipher. You can't have both. You need to choose one. Do you want to camp the cipher? Then we're all leaving. If you want to go after a half-health survivor, then we're not going to be by the cipher. We're forcing her to choose so that she'll never be able to mirror someone at half-health on the cipher, and then now she's just going to chair on the cipher and camp the chair, right? And have a target, right? So that's what we're looking for. Left her with no options right there. She went after me. She got a mirror hit on me, but I'm full health. That didn't do anything for her. Now we reset. So it all started with that hit on me. It got a little bit scary when Changer took the hit, because now it means no one can pressure the Cypher. Now that means that she can basically freely leave the Cypher, because if at any point someone goes back on it, she gets an instant kill. So that's why I was a little bit scared there. Okay. Hi Psyche, GG, what's up? What's up, Joey? Welcome to the stream. Was that you that we just had? Or are you saying just GG just because we had a good game? But yeah, thank you so much for coming, Joey. Nice to see you around. Okay, but yeah. With mechanic right now, there's no risk reward. There's a ton of risk with mechanic, no reward. You could go ahead and hide your robot, you can hide your main body, you waste a lot of time doing that. Your mechanic has like no decode speed, because they kept nerfing the robot. But if you don't hide the robot, well, it's even worse, because now you can only decode with your main body sucks, your robot has no durability. This is what I mean, like, mechanic has this horrible, like, situation where you either have a broken mechanic, or you have a hunter that just, no matter what they do, mechanic is a bad character. It's to the point where the hunter honestly doesn't have to chase mechanic. But, as it stands right now, if they find the robot one time, your mechanic doll is essentially useless. With my idea, the mechanic doll will still be useless if you just leave it out in the open. But, you get rewarded. You get rewarded is the difference. Right now with mechanic, you hide the doll, you don't get rewarded at all. You're playing a risky character, you did well hiding your robot, it didn't get found, you go on a Cypher, you get no decoding buff. What? What's the point of this character then? So, that's why I really want to force mechanic. I really want to force decoders to be a risk-reward character. I don't want him to be a character that's like, okay, you can just drop your robot in the open, doesn't matter if the hunter kills it, you can still do a bunch of Cyphers. Okay, that's not good. Doesn't matter if the main body gets found, you did a bad job rotating, you got found immediately, you might even done a bad kite. Doesn't matter. Mechanic pops the Cypher with the robot. Right? I don't want that. I don't want that with mechanic. So we need to make it so that if the mechanic gets found at all, it's immediately worthless. It doesn't have any durability left. But we make it have a ton of decode. So that if you do well hiding the robot, then you get rewarded. There's another thing we could do with the robot. There is another thing that you could do with the robot. You could rework the mechanic to be the same way she is right now, but make her main body decode better, and make the robot have the same decode, but just make it take 2 hits. Or don't even buff mechanic's main body. Don't even buff mechanic's main body. You could just give the robot 2 hits to survive. But just have bad decode. So that way you essentially have a survivor who's like a rescuer on your team. Mechanic would actually become a rescuer, but also a rescuer who could do 2 Cyphers. Obviously the main body wouldn't be that great at rescuing. I feel like if you're going to take mechanic in the rescue direction, you're going to need to give her main body, I don't know, some movement speed or something like that. Some small buff to help her out. I like the idea of having a rescue character who doesn't do the rescuing with their body, though. I really like that. That we can go as well. We don't have to just make the robot solely focus on decode. We could make it have maybe like 10% reduced decode. Right now the robot has 10% reduced decode, but mechanic cancels it out and gives it plus 10% decode. We could just make it so mechanic doesn't do that at all to her robot, so just decodes less, but it has 2 hits. I wouldn't mind going that direction with mechanic either. Mechanic would have versatility. She could do rescues with the robot, or she can decode. So that way, even if there's 3 Cyphers shaking on the map, it's still very scary for the hunter to leave. You know, a mechanic robot goes in, it's very expendable. It's much more expendable. We might have to like reduce the knockdown duration of like the robot. Like if the robot gets knocked down, we might have to like make it 60%. Honestly, I think it's fine keeping it 50% because remember, when you're walking around with the robot and rescuing, you're losing a lot of durability with that as well. So you might not even necessarily get more than 1 rescue with the robot. But if your robot makes a rescue, goes down, you summon a new robot, that robot now has 2 hits again. So that's why I really like this idea, because you essentially get a rescuer who like kind of has an ability that can heal itself, and I really like that. That's also really interesting to me. Let's get that trap out of the way so our cheerleader doesn't get slowed down after we rescue her. And then, yeah, I was expecting him to do that. There we go. So I think either of those ideas are good. You either take mechanic in a new direction, or you just make her a rewarding character to play. This is what I mean by reworks. Reworks promote so much new thought into the game. You know, the devs are so afraid of change, just want to keep adding these little nerfs and buffs to the point where the character is just unusable to a certain extent. Instead of really looking at the character as a whole, being like, okay, what's the problem with this character? Why do people not like playing this character? Why is this character so busted? Let's rework the ability so that we don't take away their... We could either take away their core principle and make it brand new. Like, I think that needs to happen with Blood Queen, for example. Because there's no imbalancing that. You either make you just make the cooldown or movement speed too reduced to even do anything. I think it needs a straight up rework so that we don't have useless survivors in this game. But something like Opera Singer, you don't have to take away the main concept. You could rework it, still reworking it, but in a way where you keep the main concept the same, but you need to do it a lot differently. You get a huge speed bonus when you jump in a shadow, but you can only do it every 5 seconds. Otherwise, you're on a 5-second cooldown. Doesn't matter if it's a shadow you've already been in or not. This is the kind of thing that I think the devs should be more focused on, like reworking the characters, making them think differently. But also, more importantly, we're not doing change just for the sake of change. Because I know in a lot of situations, in a lot of games, people, like, devs will change things. Devs will change things just for the sake of change. I don't even think that was worth it, because I just realized I'm at a quarter damage, so that he can still snap me. I don't think that was worth it. That was really bad. That was a waste of an elbow pad. I guess it stalled. It stalled like 10 seconds. Is that good? I don't... If they were on a Cypher, it would have been good. No, I mean, now I don't know. At that point, since they're not on a Cypher, then they'd be just as fine rescuing. So... I hate that they're not doing a Cypher machine. They're just not doing anything. They were like both in the same spot doing nothing. Maybe they were healing. Maybe that's why. I just probably didn't notice. Okay, I guess if they were healing, it's okay, I guess. But I shouldn't have used the elbow pad in that case. Do I have to use the health here? I do. Okay, I'm just gonna use it. He might go after me now, which is okay. Because this time, if he gets one spike on me and then he tries to hit me with the full presence, we'll just elbow pad away that time, and now a snap won't kill us. Okay, now Psychologist is on a Cypher. Now that's good. I also really need to keep my health up because I really want the Psychologist to stay on her Cypher. Okay, if we go after me, if he goes after me, that's also fine. Unfortunate. There was just crap in the way. It really messed up the elbow pad. I mean, that's just the camera angle with the elbow pad. I really wish one day they turned that off. Hopefully, one day in the settings, they will add an option to turn off automatic camera turning when you elbow pad, because I should not have died there. I should not be elbow padding backwards, but the camera's changing for me. It's really frustrating. Oh, well. Okay. That really sucks. We're in a lot of trouble now because of that. We actually would have been fine there. We would elbow pad out of the full presence spike. We would elbow pad out of the full presence spike. She wouldn't be able to snap us. She would have to hard commit with a trap or something like that. That really sucks. Unfortunate. Okay, so Psychologist should pick herself up here. I really hate that Perfumer didn't like commit to healing me. I think she would have healed me in time. Because if she doesn't heal me... If that Perfumer doesn't heal me, then I can't do anything anymore. Like, think about it. The Perfumer is anyway not going to survive 2 spikes, alright? So she could just sacrifice 2 spikes to at least get a person up. And now it's not so easy for the wheel. You can't just go after one person because now there's a second person you have to worry about. Especially because you guys saw how fast she was healing us. We started healing crazy fast. Why would you get off? We would have finished that. We have a player who has the game sense of an ant. I don't know what to say. Like, seriously? Why would you get off of there? We would have finished that. Why didn't she at least like go for the psychologist though? Because now she's gonna get found. She's giving tonight that gate. Great. Once again, useless survivor. There's a survivor that just isn't doing anything for us. In a position where the hunter's anyway gonna go back to check. Oh, now you want to do the gate. Okay. Well, now it's too late. I saw her ping the cipher at 40% right as the cheerleader gets knocked down. Man, if you don't go for the gate at that point, we anyway lose. I turn around, I see she's not doing the gate for who knows how long. Two, three. We had like a really good Survivor game since team, and that's an example of like some really bad games since Survivor team. Yeah, I didn't think that she would pop the cipher either, if I'm being honest. I didn't think she would. So annoying, man. She just ditched the gate. What are you gonna do? You think you're gonna kite it out by running away? Where are you gonna go? Maybe if she wants to maybe she wants to have like 1% the gate, the other person like go heal up or something. Maybe she wanted me to do that, but I thought we would just made it out. That's why I just did a game. So, what's your favorite map? Hospital is my favorite map by far. Just gives you the most options. A lot of fun as well playing on it. Very unfair for Hunter. What's your least favorite map as well? I think Ever Sleeping. I think Ever Sleeping is really poorly designed. Really poorly designed map. The tracks leave so much dead zone on the map, so what ends up happening is that there's really nothing the survivor can do. If you at least like added a garbage pallet, it'd be cool in tournament to see how survivors use this pallet, like drop it ahead of time, give other survivors a pallet speed bonus. But instead there's like nothing you can do. You just have like these dead zones of the map that just leave survivors trapped. I think it's more fun seeing how a survivor uses multiple options in a well-faceted fashion. Because just because you have multiple pallets doesn't mean you're using it in the right way. There's a lot of times in this game where people use the pallets in the wrong order and they go down anyway. But when you don't give them pallets at all, or the pallets suck, I think it makes it very boring to watch. I think it's like really boring to see, okay, this guy's dead because he's just on the train tracks. Like he's stuck on island and then there's nowhere to go. I think that's really dumb. I've been lurking and fell asleep. How is rank going so far? Rank is okay. A little bit frustrating last match there, but it's alright. Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely don't think the main body should be able to decode while the mechanic is on the chair. I feel like that makes it very unfair for Hunter. You know, they earned their kill on the mechanic, and the mechanic is just doing the whole cipher anyway. But if mechanic can do a cipher and the robot doesn't finish the cipher, mechanic doesn't really provide that much. Okay, so obviously, at that point, why am I getting a heartbeat so fast? Is this Percy? Okay, that explains a lot. Did she just waste all her web getting here, or am I just delusional? Was she actually going normal speed? Ah, yes. Thank you for dropping this pallet. Okay, we're gonna use the window though. I'm not gonna run to her. If she goes after the psychologist now, well, now we just take over the cipher, and psychologist was going to be in a pretty favorable area, but she didn't go to back gate. If I was her, I would have gone to back gate. Maybe she just didn't know who the hunter was, though. I don't know how she didn't like make backgate though. Well, I don't know what she's doing. Was she just waiting at that pallet? Ping is pretty bad right now. Hopefully the ping reduces. I don't know if we're playing with like European players right now or something. I hope they remove that, by the way. That was really dumb. I hope that was just a temporary thing. I don't know if that's still in the game, but about a year ago there was like this thing where if there were more European players than North American players, it would switch to the European server and then North American players would have bad ping. That didn't fix the problem at all. That just made more people angry. I hate when the devs do stuff like that. You gotta choose one side. I think the best thing to do is just make 2 separate servers. Just have Europe and North America play separate. Both would be happy. The only people who would be unhappy is like people who had friends in North America. Now you can't play with them. You can still play with them though. You can still keep the North American version of the game if you want. You can just play with 130 ping if that's okay with you. And I'm sure some people would take that sacrifice. It's not like in China where it's like you're playing with 300 and it's literally unplayable. But I think it's good to have that option for people. I don't want it to be like, oh, it's prioritizing one server over the other. And then there's nothing one side can do about it. I think at the very least, if you play in North America, I think it should keep on North America at that point. Because at least if you keep it the same, at least now the players can consistently plan. Like, okay, Europe has bad ping, North America has good ping, so as long as you're a North American player, you can play this game competitively. If we can't have 2 servers, at least keep the server with the good ping the same. And I know it's really easy for me to say because I'm the guy with the green ping here, but if I downloaded this game and I lived in Europe and I had yellow ping, I would have quit this game from day one because for me it would be unplayable. I wouldn't have fun with it. So I feel like if the devs are going to pick a server with green ping, they should keep it the same. Because if they start changing it around, then now neither side can really like reliably play competitively. But yeah, also it is easy for me to say because I'm the guy with the green ping. 75%. Oh, we're in a lot of trouble. We have to at bare minimum pop the cipher before we can do anything. I think we are also going to go for a rescue. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to go for a rescue after half. Doesn't really matter that we're heading to this chair late because we're anyway going to wait for it to be after half. Because we need to wait for Mercenary Cipher to be done. Just in case she's like going around the building or something, I'm going to stay by the window. I have a feeling she's like sitting near the middle here. Yep, there she is. I saw her red light there for a second. We are barely giving her tinnitus. That's also a bad thing, though, because that means she knows we're on the other side of church. Okay. A little bit scary here. Oh, she's got a web set up. That's bad. Okay, I was really scared that she's, like, going to try to go for a body block play. She did not, though, so that's cool. Oh boy, we might be dead. We might be dead. We might be dead. Okay, we're alive. We're alive. Okay, I don't know what that pop was. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, we have to do this again. Such a sad hook. I don't like doing hooks like that. But... Okay, she actually missed. We could choose to use the pallets. I think I'll stick with the windows. Hopefully she just has no webs. Okay, she's gonna definitely try to snipe me here. Okay, I didn't think she would go for that kind of snipe though. Follow me, follow me. She's definitely got a web saved up, so we're not gonna survive. Wait, what? Hello? Is she teleporting? Yeah, she is teleporting. Maybe we should just commit. Oh no, but if he gets shot. Let's go! I mean, it doesn't really matter if we try to kite there, because at that point we wouldn't be able to leave at that point. We just kind of have to go for it. Okay. I really hate doing that, because, you know, it's not consistent. It's not consistent to go for body blocks, but we didn't have another choice there. The other option is, like, go use the garbage pouch and die against Spider. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we got it, though. I don't think we would have lasted. If that was like a different hunter maybe, where like we could abuse that window at reception, maybe I wouldn't have gone for it. and just prayed instead that we could last up detention. But I know we're not going to last against the hunter in that area, so we're just going to go for it. When you play with yellow ping a lot, you don't realize how it affects your game, so a lot of European people still play. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. When you give European people green ping for a game and then they're forced to go back, it's even more frustrating. You didn't just make it frustrating for the North Americans who had to play yellow ping now because there were more Europeans. Now, when the Europeans end the game and they go into their next game, they got it. You gave them a taste of the green ping, and now they're super upset because you gave them that taste, and now they want more of it. There's like this psychological factor too. At that point, it kind of feels like almost like a form of torture, almost to not let them know how much better it could be. But it's at that point, it's kind of for their own good, just so we have less angry people. You know, European players still should have the right to be mad, but at least the people who never realized it. At least we have less of those people, but they still should be mad, and I still think they deserve a server. But when you give one side a taste and then take it away, and then the other side who never had to deal with bad ping now is forced to deal with it, you make both sides extremely unhappy. So I probably wouldn't go that route. Dude, I don't know how that spider shot at air right there. If she shot me, I guess it's okay. If she shot the mercenary, then now both of us are dead. But no, she shot the air. The air was the threat right there. Okay. He never thought that this would be his last snow. Okay, we're gonna go to the hunter. I'm a mercenary. Why am I running away from the hunter? Let's go towards the hunter where they spawned. She's not going to chase me anyway. It's a geisha player. Okay. Looks like this Entomologist just already has a rough start. Who is that? Is that a perfumer? Or journalist? Okay, so they just ran to a blocked cipher machine, I'm pretty sure. That's really annoying. Why would they not do factory? I don't know. You'd say torture is overkill. There's a word for it. There's definitely like a word for it where it's like, it doesn't feel right to do it. But it's for a person's own good. $60, 44, 86. Teleport. Do we have a God Corner cipher or no? If there's a cipher right there, then at least we start the next server super fast. Okay. We're not. I don't think we are. Maybe she's just not pinging it. Okay. Okay, she is doing it. Yeah, she's doing it. Please don't tell me she's searching a chest though, right? I think she's searching a chest. That's really annoying. I don't know why. Why would you search a chest? Why are you worried? Why are you worried about the end game right now? Worry about the early game. We can get a really good early game how she just decoded right there. Pretty sure she's searching a chest right there because there's a chest around that spot where she pinged. I don't understand. You did an amazing ping. You forced her to teleport. The hunter is in a desperate situation right now. We need to steal every single second we can away from them. That, again, just like a bad game sense decision right there. You're not dead on chair. You're full health. You can do so much with no items still for us. And it's not going to involve kiting, that's for sure, because she already left you. So you're not going to need an item at that point. The item is a waste of time. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she never searched in a chest. Then I don't know what she was doing for 10 seconds sitting in that corner. 8%, 39%. We're still in a really good spot here, but had this journalist gone down very quickly, she would be regretting opening that chest right now. At least this way. This way it's fine, I guess, but we don't know for sure if the journalist would have been fine. That's the thing. Especially like the character she's playing. Journalist is not a super reliable kiter. Maybe against Geisha it actually is better than I realized, because she can't actually dash through the pallets. She leaves Little Bro, and if the Geisha just decides to dash over it, then it's going to stun her mid-dash. Okay, we're definitely going to go rescue here. It's pretty close. It's not far away. So we don't have much to worry about. She's searching in a chest. See, now it's fine. Now it's fine, because we have extra time. More than enough. Heck, she could even go for the rescue if she wants to save my Tide Turner. It'd just be nice if she actually, like, communicated that, so... Just in case, like, maybe we need me to be elsewhere. Okay. I'm gonna skip the chest. Definitely not gonna open it. Let's just go prepare the exit gate. Geisha's only chance right now is to knock down her target very quickly and then teleport. That's her only chance right now, so we're not gonna give it to her. We're just gonna do the gate as soon as possible. She has to make a choice right now, right then, right here. I don't know why this perfumer's standing so close. If a teleport happens, she's dead. Perfumer is gonna go down here because, okay, she used the flywheel. She's still dead though because her flywheel is not near any pallets. So that's an important lesson about why you don't stand so close to gate against Geisha. The teleport is so fast that you just don't have time to react. Okay, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Had she dashed to the other side, we would have needed the elbow pad. And if she fails it, we still have another elbow pad. It's better to play safe than sorry in this situation. So, I'm okay with that. It sucks, don't get me wrong, but... Woo! And the dash forced her to stay up there. That was really nice. Okay, now we're going to be in some trouble here, though, because... very hard to deal with this area. Maybe we can still... No, because she has another dash. Okay. Well, if we needed it, we have extra time. I'm just maximizing time in a real game, but we don't need it. That elbow pad was crazy. The moment I started that elbow pad, I saw she actually stayed on the same side of the window. Because my face was still looking in her direction. That's why the dash didn't do anything there. But you know what? I don't want to risk it, because had she turned her character in the other direction, it would go through. Yes, it would still immediately get canceled, but it would force her to go through the window, and then I would die. So I'm not going to rely on her dash, on her making a mistake. Okay, that was the last game. And then the moment I saw that she actually messed up her dash, I did a quick turn back to Shed, not trying to elbow pad out of Shed anymore. The plan was going to be, as soon as she dashes on me, to elbow pad to the other side of Shack. But then the moment I saw she failed, I'm like, wait, we can just turn around. And stay by the window, because the window is going to be good enough. Force her to go around. And then notice that when her... Notice when her dash was back, I didn't use the window anymore, because I know if I use the window at that point, I should die. The only reason it was fine in that situation for me to use the window and then her dashing over was because I was far away from the window. So in that situation it's fine, but I need to have some space if I'm going to go for that. Otherwise elbow pad is not going to save me. So that's why after that I just left Shed entirely. Did an elbow pad, super safe. Just guarantee that we get that 3-man. Of course you want to get a 4 escape if you can, but you have to draw the line, and you have to be honest with yourself. Like, am I actually going to survive this? Can we afford to take a hit if I make a mistake and I get greedy? Let's say I don't make a mistake. Let's say I just get greedy and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to use my OPADs here. If I take a hit, so be it. Right? That situation, that would be really bad, because then the perfumer will immediately get picked up and I'm dying. Right? And then she might pick up both of us in time. Maybe, not entirely sure, but it's possible. Alright, then that would be really bad. So our goal there is to just survive. And that's it. As long as we survive, we're fine. Your hair looks good. Thanks, Gus. I appreciate it. You got 5 wins alone? I think we got a 6th win, but I just didn't mark it down yet. Oh yeah, we have a 6th one. Alright guys, we're gonna call this stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate you guys joining in, watching these sessions. And yeah, it was pretty good today. We actually had a pretty good session today. We actually had some smart players. Of course, there's gonna be your fair share of like a little bit less experienced players, but we got Kyla, that 11th Perfumer person, that was Kyla, and they've been playing the game for a long time. They have some pretty good king sense. Alright guys. That being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Take care. This has been Psyche. Peace out, everybody.
Whew.